This incident happened in a quiet residential area near Seattle, where a 26-year-old woman named Claire Hudson moved into a rented upper portion of a duplex house in late 2019. The house looked completely normal, and the rent was slightly lower than other places nearby, which she thought was just a lucky find. The first few weeks went smoothly, but then Claire started experiencing something strange. She would often feel extremely sleepy during the day, like her energy was being drained. Yet at night, she couldn't sleep properly and would wake up randomly, feeling like someone was standing very close to her bed, watching her in complete silence. At first, she ignored it, assuming it was stress, but one afternoon after waking up from a nap, she noticed small, dark red droplets on the floor near her bedroom door, leading all the way to the bathroom, fresh like blood. Yet she had no injuries. She cleaned it, but the same marks appeared again the next day in the exact pattern. Soon after, her belongings started going missing: money, jewelry, even her phone, and would reappear in strange places. One night, she clearly heard slow, dragging footsteps coming from above her room, even though no one lived upstairs, followed by a heavy thud directly over her bed. When she asked the landlord, he casually told her the upper portion had been sealed for years, which only made things worse. That same night, around 2:40 a.m., Claire woke up unable to move, her body completely paralyzed, while her eyes remained open, and that's when she saw it clearly. Not a shadow, but a woman standing in the corner near her closet. Her face was fully visible and horrifying. Pale gray skin stretched tightly over sharp bones, deep sunken black eyes with no shine, cracked lips pulled into an unnatural expression, and long, wet black hair hanging over parts of her face, as if she had just crawled out of water. Her neck was slightly twisted to one side, and her arms hung unnaturally long. The worst part was her smile. It slowly widened, revealing dark, broken teeth as she began moving toward the bed in slow, uneven steps, her joints making faint, cracking sounds with every movement. Claire tried to scream but couldn't. Her chest felt heavy, like something was sitting on her. The woman stopped right beside her face, so close Claire could smell a damp, rotten odor coming from her, and then in a low, distorted whisper that sounded like multiple voices layered together, she said, "You cleaned my blood. Now I'll mark you instead." At that moment, the woman raised her hand and pressed her cold fingers tightly into Claire's arm. Claire blacked out instantly. The next morning, she woke up shaking, her body weak, and on her arm were dark bruises in the exact shape of long, thin fingers, like something had grabbed her hard. From that day, the activity turned violent. Doors slammed, objects moved on their own, and sometimes Claire would see the same woman standing silently in mirrors or reflections, staring directly at her with that same terrifying smile. One night, she decided to record her room while she slept. The footage looked normal for hours, but around 3:03 a.m., Claire's body suddenly sat upright in bed on its own, her movements stiff and unnatural. Then her head slowly turned toward the corner, and she started smiling in the exact same way as the ghost. A few seconds later, the woman appeared behind her on camera, this time closer than ever, placing her face right next to Claire's, both of them staring directly into the camera at the same time, before the video abruptly cut out. That was enough. Claire packed her things and left the house the same day. The landlord didn't even question her and returned her deposit immediately. But weeks later, even after moving to a completely different place, Claire realized something was wrong. One night, while scrolling on her phone in the dark, her front camera suddenly turned on by itself, and for a split second she saw her reflection, and right behind her, that same woman standing extremely close, smiling wider than ever before, as if she had followed her.